Would you like some chairs?
I think they want them to bring chairs up there.
Jennifer?
Oh, I guess not.
Dimitri, can you come up, please?
Jennifer, Dimitri's the guy from Ukraine. That's my cousin. We're in the room. Is this tagging down here? Tagging? Okay. Oh, shoot. No, it's not. I just wanted to alert our family that he's playing this.
So maybe if all of you can turn around one more time and see Jennifer's beautiful work.
Kickstarty Shah. The herring women are unveiling this robe to express outrage over the destructive commercial sack roe herring fishery that violates our sovereign rights. In the Tlingit tradition of shaving totem poles, this robe brandishes the power of art to condemn ongoing exploitation. Designed by Jennifer Younger at the request of Louise Brady, with technical assistance from Carol Huey, the robe incorporates ancient and modern techniques and styles, including laser-cut herring designed by Charlie Skolka. The front of the robe is a cutaway and bordered with brass naval anchor buttons, referencing a colonial officer's military uniform. These represent the invasions. At the top of the robe, an early American military-style collar represents the colonialism alive today. The blood red color symbolizes violent destruction and death, pointing to how the insatiable greed of capitalism has resulted in the decimation of our relatives, the herring. Spent bullet castings dangle on the fringe of the robes, representing the violent annihilation of indigenous peoples' food sources. Like the buffalo wiping out, the herring leads to the decimation of our generations. The wool fringe is hand-woven by Louise using the traditional raven's tail technique, showing the enduring strength of culture in the face of oppression. The quilted pattern across the robe mirrors the shape of a herring seine net, capturing everything in its path. A few herring creep out of the collar of the robe, revealing the red-handed colonizer thief. There was once a great abundance of mature herring throughout these waters, and now we're watching them shrink and disappear, as they do across the back of the robe. In Southeast Alaska, the Department of Fish and Game has let every other herring fishery be exploited into collapse, and is now managing the last remaining population to maximize profit. Threatening the herring threatens the survival of Tlingit culture and the health of our entire ecosystem. This robe fights back, dragging down the dancer with the weight of shame. The heavy draping of a dripping seine net and the bloody, bullet-ridden history of colonialism. Shame for all the greed and destruction.
Okay, so the whole process of becoming herring protectors, of the understanding of who we are as like Tlingit people, and then who I am as Kakata. When I say that, I am a herring lady, a flipping lady. We say these things, I say these things, and for many years it was just something that I said. And then I started thinking about really what that means. And when I say these things, when I put words out, along with that comes a responsibility. We know that. And, I just have been really fortunate to have so many people that have such amazing talent and are passionate about the things that they do and this place that we love. And so I was really struggling with the song, and I was out walking. It was like I tried to, was trying to figure out how it was going to go and what was going to happen, and then it just came to me one day. The song basically is the herring lady singing to the herring. There's not a lot of words to it, but the English translates to, we sing to you, you give us strength, we cherish you, you warm our spirit. And when we were talking about doing this last robe, I don't know if you noticed, so as Conrad was saying, this represents the fishery. It represents so many things that we all struggle with, as far as being Tlingit people or being indigenous people. And as you can see, the herring robes are so beautiful, and it's just like our culture and just like the foundation of the ocean. And you can see the DNA running through them. And when we started talking about the dance and how we were going to use the robe, the new robe, basically what it is when the colonizer robe comes out, the first robes they come in, the herring come in and they're beautiful. And everybody is appreciative of it. And it's the herring that have been here for thousands of years, and they're a part of our DNA. And then comes the fishery, and one by one the fishery comes, and it chases off all our herring. And then it's left with the herring lady and this robe, the fishery. And you know what this is like, yes, our culture is here. Our culture is here to stay. We are evolving. We get to say who we're going to be and how we are going to stand up to things like this. And this is us standing up to the state of Alaska and every other entity that thinks that our way of life doesn't matter. They don't understand who we are. They don't understand our DNA. And you know what? We do. We do. And we will fight for this. We will fight for our way of life. And that's what the herring lady represents when she's able to push the robot. Okay. And so when the herring lady is left and she wins, because that is our respect. That's our respect for our way of life. That's our respect for the herring and everything else that makes up our way of life. And this is our vision. This is our vision as people, that we continue to come together from all over, from Alaska, from all over the Pacific. You know, our New Zealand, our Maori family, all over the world to come together for our oceans and for this world, for us to be able to survive. And so there is so much more to all of these robes than I can even say. There was so much beautiful detail that went into it. I can't even, our herring robe, the sack robe, it goes over in Japan. Can you turn around, please, ladies? So this lining was silk left over from Japanese parachutes. And you can see the writing on the inside, protect the heron as well. And everybody that the artists have reached out to some of them have given some huge discounts and really wanted to be a part of it. We had somebody from Australia that helped with the robes. We had people in Portland. We had people all over the place. And just like we have people from everywhere here. So that's our wish. That's our vision. That, if we can come together for the herring, if we can do all of this work, then there is hope. And I would really love to bring the herring protectors up here. They're probably shy. Probably.
Let's go. Go up there.
So if you see these folks, and they put a lot of hard work into all of this, and once again, we cannot do it alone. And I have to say, these are some of my favorite people on the planet. So if you see them around, please thank them. They are really hard workers. I have to say, so this one, and Anna, and Alex, they're so dedicated that somebody set some branches out of Magic Island, if you don't know where that is. It's close to town. But I think Steve didn't have time to go check the branches, so they went scuba diving. And check the branches. That's the first time I heard anybody go scuba diving for herring nicks. And they're really, really hard workers, but they are absolutely amazing. And I really, really do hope that when you see them around, you thank them, because these are folks that make it happen. So really, it was 6 years ago. A group of maybe 8 of us got together, and we had done a fundraiser for Standing Rock. It was a really tough year, and we got to know each other, and it just felt really good to do something locally. And it felt wonderful to do something good. And so we decided we kind of liked each other. And okay, I don't need to offend anyone with that. So, Standing Rock was going on, right? And then, so everyone was walking around town, like, boy, somebody should do something. And they go, geez, Louise, somebody should do, geez, Louise, somebody should do. They did not say that. And I said, wow, yes, somebody should. And I kept on hearing that, and I kept hearing that, and so I think I had to message Dion. She won't take phone calls. She's one of those young people. She gets mad at me if I text her. And so I said, well, let's do something. So we got on social media and told people we were going to have a gathering for Standing Rock in support of. And, you know, a lot of people showed up, felt good. And then before we left, people were like, gee, somebody should do a fundraiser. I'm like, yeah, somebody should do a fundraiser. And so we went around town a few times and was like, yeah, somebody should do a fundraiser. And so finally, I think it was Cody, well, I called Theon, and our usual go-to is clam chowder and fried bread. So we were going to do clam chowder and fried bread sale, and then Cody said there were some other people that were going to do something for Standing Rock. And I'm like, really? What? I said, yoga. That was not my first thought. To do yoga for Standing Rock. And we worked together.
That's what we did.
We managed to raise somewhere around $10,000. And after that, yeah, we felt good. And we decided we wanted to do something locally. We said, what should we do? Well, maybe let's work on herring. And I had no idea if anybody even knew what was going on with the herring, because I helped organize in 1997 for the Board of Fish. And they're like, yeah, herring are important. And they said, well, what shall we do? I said, a Koo'eex. And they're like, what's that? You can't really explain it. Can you imagine if I tried to explain it this night to them? They wouldn't know. And so I said, let's get together. Let's start getting together. Let's start having meals together. We have lots of potlucks. And these guys, you know, if you want to join, they're some of the best cooks in Sitka. Just FYI. And we started, you know. And here we are. It's amazing. 6 years later now. And we're growing. Anybody can be a herring detective. Everyone. And we are more. We are family. Ine, please help. And, you know, and really a lot of these folks are people I probably never would have met, and I never really would have had the pleasure of their company and their family. We really are. We're family. We're a really tight-knit community. And for whatever reason, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that we get to do this. That we get to have a vision of hope for people. So, and our environment. So, sheesh.